Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. Together with these great partners, we are able to bring you quality information to help you reach your whitetail habitat goals quicker but more proficiently. Northwoods Whitetails, Plot Doctor, Harper Growing Solutions, Scent Thief, Real Wood Productions, First Form Outdoors, Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg, Kentucky.
Hey guys, welcome to the sauna here in central Kentucky. As you know, I'm not a big get to the stand and do an interview. As you can see, the old sweat's just running off from here. We got a warm night at 70 some degrees, but this box plan that we had it's smoking hot in here. What we're doing, guys, is I've got a shooter that has been bedding kind of in between two stands here, and we've got water on the one, and it is warm, and he's been here at the water, and he's been going out to the food plot. So it's kind of the exact same strategy that I had last year with Atlas. But last year Atlas did not have this, or I didn't have this box blind here on the shop lot. With Atlas last year I had it in the cedar tree right next to me here. Now this year, I'll show you, I'll flip you around. I have the screen, show you out the window. That's the food plot out there. I've got some screen. You can see they kind of got some smoke paint overlap on the windows, but you can see the screening. Shop plot's right out in front of us here, the clover and the rye, but it's clover struggling. We need some more rain. We got some rain yesterday. But the shop plot here, and right underneath that biggest walnut right there is between there and the licking branch is the water hole. So we've got a water hole on this shop plot. And we're going to sweat it out here. So I'm banking on he comes to water tonight. If not, I've got a kind of a sit and scout here, if you will, tonight, which I normally don't do. But what reason I'm doing this tonight is I've got some studies going on with the trail cameras, and we're going to do a little what shows up at the camera that doesn't get sent to me night, right? So it could be a very successful night, or I wouldn't be here, but we're kind of killing two birds with one stone. Plus, first time I've sat here all year. So this is sit number 5. I've passed up our really good young 3-year-old twice. Haven't seen the shooter from the stand. Every time I leave, they're there half hour later. So we've been dealing with just warm temps and no rain, and the food plots are struggling. So it's just been one of those Septembers to just hurry up and wait, right? And not be over dramatic and not go to the stand for no reason, kind of things like we always talk, kind of practicing what I preach, right? So we're going to get tucked in here, guys. We're going to get warm, or we're going to get cooled down. But the topic I want to touch on here tonight, guys, is how to hunt that food plot, right? How to go about hunting a food plot or over food. And this is that strategy, that water hole in a shot plot, or a shot plot that's away from food. I can get in and out of here without being touched. You know, I'm 50 yards off the end of the food, 40 yards off the end of the food plot where that starts by the time the screening in the shot plot. And then the feeder, it's probably 80 yards from here, and then the food plot that's kind of right in the center of the food plot, right? So it's a hand-built blind. It's not a high fancy Rendick, but I know I can crack the door real quiet and get out of here. But the good thing I've got tonight, the reason I'm doing this, which I haven't had the availability to do before, my father's in camp here with me down here in Kentucky. He's in camp, and he's going to pick me up. I walked in here, hence the reason I'm sweating. I walked up through the sun tonight, but he's actually going to come get me, and he's going to pull right up, right to the edge of the shop plot, which our top service road comes right to, and whatever's out in the field will get bumped out by the machine, with a side-by-side, and I'll take 2 steps out the back door, jump in the Ranger, and we're going to be gone. The other night, I had him pick me up on a stand in the back, and the deer actually on the food plot camera, we drove past them and they were still there. I got them on camera, they never left. So you can see the lights of the buggy going past them. That's the power of having the screening. That's the power of having somebody in the camp setting where you can do that. But I set this up for a reason, that if I didn't have someone to come get me, out of there, I could still have the potential to hunt it, right? It does you no good if you set this up for having somebody pick you up and then it's time to hunt it, the deer are using it and you can't get in and out of it, and then what happens is folks just go and do it anyway, right? And that's what causes that pressure. So I set it up so I could get out my screening. I'll show you here, John Comp's Northwoods Whitetails. It's struggled this year. First year planting it. My ground is here in Kentucky, guys, as you know, is horrible. But you can see this thing sits 6 foot off the ground, and then that screening is up above it. So I mean, it's tall. It's going to be way more thick next year than it is now. But it's kind of one of those deals. Everywhere I planted the screen, the second year is way better than first year screening, and this is one of them that is first year screening. I've got it backed by one of my rifle blinds that is 30 feet wide and 12 foot tall and looks great. So we're gonna get tucked in here, guys. Like I said, I normally don't do these. I just actually did a video not too long ago about not doing this from this, but I'm in the box blind tonight. The windows are shut, and before we open the windows and we get serious, I don't want to do a video and bring this to you guys. So strategy, piece of a strategy, use somebody to pick you up, drop you off if you can. The object is to stay unscented, right? I should have had him probably just bring me right up here and drop me off, but I wanted to try to be quiet. The buck is bedded down the ridge below us. I know he's in this ridge. I got pictures of him this morning. Just which end of it does he come out, right? Is he going to come up high to get water, or is he going to go directly to the food plot? The only problem with this setup is I got water down below in a pond that's down by the house that I did not build, and then I've got water up here, so hopefully we can talk him into coming up here, get water before he goes down there, kind of thing. But he's just one of 3 that we've got kind of roaming around, so it's going to be a good night. Barometer's good. We're going to see what happens. You never know what's going to show up, but that's kind of the strategy. So always take that into consideration, guys. Be creative, set things up for the worst case scenario, and then if something shines through that you can better that, like getting picked up at the blind in the evening like I'm getting tonight, call the taxi if you will. Better to blow things out that way. So hopefully be able to give you an update here, but if not, take this one just as a strategy, hunting the food source without hunting the food source. Thanks, guys.